like an all-in-one deal. You're going to work on perfect circles. You're going to work on your mindset in the sense that you can put your horse where you want with your eyes, your energy, your body, and your feet, that you don't need your hands to do so much. A lot of us depend on our reins entirely too much, that we forget to use our other aids. We have our eyes, our voice, our body, and our legs. So let's talk about that. When you're going to ride one-handed and you're in split reins, adjust them short like they're competition reins, where they would just touch your horn if your chin strap's engaged, okay? Then if you have a real bendy horse, you're going to stay on the middle of those reins because you don't want them over flexing. You'll have a go position and a rate position, and then you may have to do a pinky or calf if you need a little hand and foot cue together. For those of you on regular type horses that don't rubberneck and swing their butts or are too bendy when they travel, your hand is going to go, quit boy, he's got a hair touching his ears. Your hand's going to go, move over so they can see. Whoa. You're going to put your hand, one hand off center. So if I'm doing a right circle, my hand will be just one hand off center. I'll have a go position, a rate position. I can bump them, and I can also flex for bend. So you can always adjust your hands on your reins at any point in time. You may want to hold your horn so you won't cheat. It'll also get you in the habit of pushing against your horn for smaller turns and pulling up and leaving your turns. So that's good for muscle memory too. I'd rather your hand wasn't just out here loose because it doesn't teach you to lock down and pull up. So mimic what you would feel in a real turn. That's the whole point of one-handed riding, to get muscle memory for in your turns, also to depend less on your reins and use your mind and your other aids more, knowing that you can put your horse where you want. Okay, so we're going to talk about the legs that would go with that. If you need a little bend in your circle or your horse is getting too small, put your weight in your outside stirrup, use your inside leg by the front cinch. If your horse is just sticky, you may have to use both feet for impulsion. You may have to use them in scissor legs, inside leg by the front cinch, outside leg by the back cinch. If your horse is if your horse is drifting out, you're going to use your outside leg by the front cinch to keep them in of your circle. So I'm going to walk a couple circles one-handed for you so you can kind of see what it should look like. So again, even going over there, I should use my eyes, my voice, my body, and my legs. So I'm going to get one hand off center, and Rocky's young and annoying, mostly annoying because he's Rocky. Oh, Rocky, you're going to be the destiny child. So my last baby ever. So anyway, he doesn't want to go out right now, so I'm going to try not to cheat. I'm going to the horn now. I'm going to focus. Okay, so he's being really, really bad. So I'm going to go more on the center of the rein because off center he's drifting on me. So I'm going to go ahead and start using my eyes, my body, and my legs. None of us get a perfect classic circle. Right now he's all over the place. So I'm going to get where I can put him where I want him. I want him to bend around my inside leg. I want to see his eye to the inside, his shoulders to the outside. I'm going to use two legs if he's being lazy. Inside leg when he cuts me off, like right there. Then he stiffens up, so I'm going to need my hand with that. Outside leg here because he's drifting out. And I'm going to be aware that he'll cut me over here again, so I'm going to put my hand forward. Put my shoulder out more. Use a little more energy forward. That was better. So now I know what he's thinking, and I'm staying ahead of him. I'm being proactive. I'm riding to my quarter turn. I'm looking between his ears. I'm not looking down his neck. I'm staying ahead of him where I know he's going to try to cut me. I can sit up and push him deeper. Where he's going to drift, I can turn my inside hip and shoulder and use my outside leg more. When he's being good, I'm going to leave him alone. I know he wants to cut me here, so I'm going to sit up, push him forward. And I'm going to try to leave him alone. He's not doing bad on that one quarter turn, but every other section he's being rotten. Okay, so let's see if he'll whoa. Loose rein whoa. Wait. I'm going to roll back, and I'm going to go the other way. I want him to be more snappy with those feet because he's just being lazy. quarter turn ahead, my outside shoulder and hip to keep my circle honest, weight in my outside stirrup, unless it's drifting. Then I'm going to go to my inside hand, hip and outside leg warm. I'm going to go back to sitting square. The idea here is for me to do less and him to do more. When I put him in a circle, he needs to just stay there. And I shouldn't have to do everything. But Rocky's being Rocky. I didn't warm him up. I wanted you just to see him raw. So this is Rocky Raw. Yay me. So a lot of times you should do your videos after you get a nice warm up. So again, I'm using my inside hip when I want him to come to the circle. My outside shoulder. I'm using my outside leg right there because he was drifting. So I'm going to try to do as little as possible to keep him on this 5-foot circle away from this pole. You don't have to use a pole or a barrel. I'm just using it for a visual for you guys. Don't you dare. See how he took his face away? He doesn't want to walk any more circles. You could walk 25 circles a day, each direction on young horses, and that would be really good for them. Your open horses, though, they won't need it, but your young ones will. So hopefully everybody saw that and it worked well. Whoa. Take your legs off, exhale, put your hand down for that loose rein wool.